So the other thing I was suggesting for this morning was to redo the little animation we had on Twitter. I sent it to you last time, so it's this thing here. Where is it? Copy. Copy, copy. Oh, he's messing with me there. How did I end up on this? So we're here. Here. Command T, Command V. It seems like a magazine on this kind of thing, but we don't care. Here, we're good here. There. We're good there. So the animation was crosses spinning like this, which I suggest we redo. So if you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. Knowing that here I'm going to cheat, I'm not going to make crosses. Well, I'm going to play with crosses, but ones that already exist. So in Delphi, we have things that are practical. In this case, provided with Delphi, we have a hybrid of components called radiant shape. I'm going to go to the animation folder we usually use, which I had already used. And so there we go. In Delphi, I'm going to reopen the corresponding project. So that was Delphi, FMX game snippets. There we go. I'm going to stop the smartphone. There's no point in letting it keep running. I don't know what state the batteries are in with this kind of thing, but it doesn't matter. So now I'm on my project. The latest one was the snow weather. For fun to make snow, I'm going to do an update just in case. So I need to go to the project group, Git. It's a pull from the reference root in case I made changes on Git, on GitHub, since the last time I brought it here. Apparently you are good. Would we have said up to date? So I'm going to add a new folder, well, a new project, so it's a new FMX project. Let's continue. With Serial Monkey, and so here it's a multi-device, empty. Just one thing I'm going to copy for you. The access path to this thing. It's this one. So if you want to bring it over, it's here. I've put the address in the chat for you, so we're good here. I'm also going to reopen the folder here to modify the README as we go along. We were on this one, normally. We're good here. README, oh, it's here. So, that was good. The stories of videos and others, the replays, we don't care. Or not, but anyway. They won't be up to date in 2 months, since videos on Twitch disappear after 2 months. NASA's current screen, yes, that was good. Weather animation snow, there we go. So we have a new one. I think it's running. To make the animation corresponding to this GIF. The GIF in question is on a tweet, so I continue to keep the reference with the tweet, hoping it doesn't disappear overnight. It already dates back to 2019. I will do a Ctrl-V on the jump here. So the purpose of the reference weather, the animation corresponding to this GIF of white, crosses, and black ones that rotate in alternating sequence. That's not going to work. There you go. So for that, I will use radiant shape. You can find it. Come on, get it. Here. These are components from Rikonopka normally, if I remember correctly, which were taken over by Embarcadero a few years ago and are now available for users of Rust Studio, so Delphi or C++ Builder. It is here. Radiant, shape, you just have to click on install and it's done. There, it is obviously there. I will just add the reference. This example uses the add-ons. Radiant, shape. Since then, it is typed. That's good. And so I will just add a reference to that as well, getitnow.embarcadero.com. I am getting used to doing the documentation at the same time when I do things like this, because otherwise I forget it. And it's a shame it's not good. Yes, there is Famis Linux that updated on the 7th. That's good. I have already updated it on mine. To create programs on Linux. So here we have the link here with the project characteristics. There, it's good for the README. I have nothing more to do on it. That I can remove as well. But that there's design.io. I don't need it anymore. And so the README, I said I can remove it. There you go. Remains. Delphi. So we are here, the animation. I will save it so I am on the project that is here. So the project, it is in Delphi FMX Game Skype. It's still 3 white blacks, 3 that spins. There you go. You notice my total lack of imagination for project and folder names? By the way, I put that, but as a result, I need to rename. I need to modify the readme because those are the project names I put in the readme normally. So cross that spins. Actually, it's anim cross day name. Okay, we are on this. So I have a unit here and thus radiance shape, as I was telling you. This block here contains a lot of vector images actually, including crosses. So cross an X or cross plus. So in this case, I will use the cross plus. In these properties, we have a little bit of everything we want. So what doesn't interest us is that when they are next to each other, Ctrl C, V, there it is. So the V that could have worked here. Okay. When they are next to each other, we should not be able to distinguish which one is white and which one is black. If there is a difference, it must be correctly positioned on the screen so that we cannot know what we are moving. Here and there. So as you can very clearly and easily see, without a doubt, obviously, the size of each piece of the cross must be the same regardless of the thing. And then we will play with the rotations. Normally, when they rotate, they encroach on the others. So, to do that, we will use the rotation properties that are linked to the visual components in FireMonkey. So the rotation angle, which is here, and the center of rotation is in the middle, so that's good. So here, if I make an animation, I will, for example, move this one. I will add another one next to it. There. I will take the one in the middle. I added an animation automatically. For that, rotation angle here, I will make a T-float animation. Let's say it does this over 1 second, 0.5, 1 second, and it will loop. So auto reverse, inverse, loop, there you go. Here then, from 0 to 339. And so it is active from the start. So if I do this, I will launch the program. We will see several things. So first it goes well. So if we find the right colors to alternate them, it should be good. Then comes the issue of size, width, height of the different branches. So we will see if we can define it. Otherwise, I will have to modify the thing. So here then we are here. Stroke thing, we will leave it. And so the size is the width and height of the cross itself. Do we have the size of the pieces? Or do we not have it? We don't have it. Size is approximately 50-50. That is the complete size. Yeah, we don't have the size of the branches, so we won't use the radian shape if we don't have it there. We will have to tinker. Or else I change their size. In such a way, there we go. No, it remains proportional, so I can't just change the size of that thing. Too bad. So we'll do it with 2 rectangles in a frame. It's true that I hadn't thought of that. Do we have other things in radiating that could do it? It was quite handy. No, too bad. Too bad, too bad. Is there a property somewhere in the thing that would allow us to do it? The line, it doesn't move, we don't have the size. What else do we have? Bar size, there we go. So if I do, we're at 50 in width or 50 in height. It is necessary that when we have 2 crosses that are one on top of the other, the lines touch in the end. They must be the same size for each. I will select them all. Their bar size will no longer be this. Shall we say 30? 40. So the scale factor 110, 0.25. There you go. How this thing works, if I don't do that, but in pixel, there you go. So pixel. We're not going to say 20, we'll say 30. It's too much. 10 is too small. Zero 0.4 and 30 in height. The height, the pixel doesn't actually change anything. Okay, so it's... I continue with this 0.5. There you go. So here, if I'm at 0.5, I have a cross like this. So they are a bit ugly. In the end, it should be longer. And if I put something in the middle, are we on it? We're roughly the same size, actually. So it could work. So here, here. It's messed up because here I'm in a fixed position in place. No, they need to be offset and nested into each other. Here and here. What was control? Yes, that's it, control. Hop, hop, hop. That's good, this one. I move it down. Control arrow to move pixel by pixel. That seems to be good. This one, I move it down, then the other. Obviously, I could play with the position. X, position, Y. Here, they need to be on top of each other. Here, here, that's good. This, I move up, I see the thing. This one is okay. This one, I move up, I move down, we're good. We put it to the right, that's good. And this one, the same. There you go. So in principle, it's going to be something like this. Well, the animation was nicer because the arrows, well, the lines were longer. Let's try it like this first, then we can change it to something else later. Look here. There you go. No, I need to move it down a notch. Which one was I moving? It was this one. So we're going to do it on the other one too. On this? No, like this. If I run it, the program, should be approximately correct. So now we're going to try to fill the three with this. We'll change their color. And to see the offset, it's half of the XY on the next line and so on. It's indeed half. On the vertical offsets and on the horizontally and vertically, it needs to be actually a quarter because we have 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25 vertically. So here, 0.25, 0.5, 0.25. So there, the next line must be at 0.75 from the top of the line above. In relation to the size of each, and offset. It's half since it lands here. So we'll try it like this, however, we'll do it through programming. So the first thing is to completely redraw the screen with crosses. So for that, I need to retrieve the characteristic that I put on it. The simplest way is to right-click, to do an Alt F12 or view the source as text. I retrieve that, so my positions, we don't care, it's just a scale factor of 0.5. That's the only characteristic I changed. In the end, and the rest, we don't care. The rotation, we don't care. We'll do them differently, and that's fine. So LTFW, I'm coming back to it. I clear everything on the screen. If I manage to get back to the screen. There we go. Ctrl-A, delete. So here, when creating my sheet, I need to fill my screen. So for that, I'm going to use radians. Shape. So, 3. Radians cross as it's called. I should have looked, so it's 1 radian plus 2.t radian. X. And I'm going to create as many as possible to fill my screen. So position x, y2 don't integer. We're going to switch to full screen. Full screen here. I'm basically bothered by having to adjust the screen size or manage the resize and thus add or remove elements. So XY we're good. X, it takes the size of an element. So it's size 3. 2, integer. And so let's say 50 as it was done initially. Or rather 100. Come on, let's be crazy. Not in 100. But actually, we're not going to do it here. We're going to do it as a constant up there to configure it if we want. 11, size, 3, equals 100. So x takes size 3 at 5 years, well, size 3 divided by 2, and we position ourselves outside. We take the same thing, we shift, we will take the first one that will be at the top of the screen outside, and the same for the other. And so here, I'm not going to make divs, I'm going to do it, yes, because the positions are in single. So I can put it like this, on this, well, and so as long as while y is less than the height of the screen, client 8, well, x is less than client 10, so the screen area without the edges and without the window.